approve the new hires, Derek Krieger and Mark Roblesky for the,
Do we have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Motion, all in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you, and then I also had regarding traffic concerns, Mr. Zess, is he still here? Okay, Mr. Zess was here earlier, Mr. and Mrs. Zess.
How are you?
I explained to them that the concerns on Bell Screw Road between Stone School and Milburn Mill, he expressed to me his concerns, we discussed it through email, we never talked in person. And I told him that because of the fact, we didn't do a speed study, because in the winter time, you have the snow plows going up and down the road, and we don't put the speed sign on a pole because it would get damaged. But now that the weather is nice, we'll be able to put a speed sign out there if the town board wants a speed study done. And then the following month, I come back with the result of that.
I think we should do the speed study.
He doesn't like
I think all the things they did down there, like widths and driveways and fuel entrances, and kind of help with the file for that. It does kind of make sense to look at where the other speed zones are, but I do think it's as much a problem with the now as it is with the speed, so, yeah.
And isn't part of their blind spots, the spots when you.
Yeah, one intersection. Okay, sounds good. Then you have a new one, Rumors Grove, I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, Mrs. Borkowski had given the office a jingle, and we talked about in the 8600 block of Wilmer's Grove Road. That's where Wilmer's Grove Road makes the dip down the hill and then back up to the top side. She says that cars, in her opinion, are speeding over there. So I told her that we would monitor that we would monitor the traffic there, and I also put up the speedway sign so that people can see it when they're traveling down the roadway. It's a deterrent, it's not gonna stop speeders, however, it will let people aware that there's a speedway area that we're going to monitor. She also said she'd like to see about putting speed bumps there if necessary. Oh, I'm sorry, is Mrs. Borkowski here? Okay. And I mentioned to her that I would think about that, but the ultimate decision is up to the town board. But I believe that just driving through there for the last 5 years, I really don't think speed bumps are necessary there. But I don't wanna totally eliminate that till we look into it a little bit further.
What is that in relation to you?
8600.
Wow.
87 one. 8700, so it's just a black car.
Okay. Well, actually, it's so narrow and congested in there, it's really hard to believe people try to speed in there, I mean,
Yeah, you can't even see oncoming traffic when you're coming around the corner.
always going around the hill, or going down the hill, coming back up around the corner. I'm a little surprised that there was a complaint at this location.
Well, one thing I noticed is that over the last several years, there's been older folks that have moved or passed, and younger people have moved in. And the younger people in that subdivision up there, they called it the Emerald subdivision years ago, I was told, that a lot of the younger people are now at the age where they're driving cars, so there's 2 or 3 cars in each driveway, so there's more traffic on the roadway, and it just may be those younger people driving a little faster than normal, and more foot traffic on the road as well.
Have you had any extra patrols there just to see what you can visually catch in person?
Yes, we have what's called extra patrol for traffic related items.
Anything show up on that yet? Is it too early?
No, sir, no one showed up on there, but down the road, I got a young guy going 55 and 35, and he's from that subdivision, but it wasn't in that specific area.
Okay, so I guess we just keep an eye on all that and see, I don't think the speed bumps is the answer, but we'll see. Okay, anything else, Keith?
No, sir.
Thank you. All right, East Troy Area Emergency Services District report, Barb?
The rescue department continues to see a high number of calls and anticipates in 2021 to see more than 800 calls in a year. That's quite a few. They're responding to about 70 calls a month, which is 15 to 20 over what it had been previously. So last year was high, it continues to increase. Our meeting is Wednesday night, it got moved up, and so I explained the chassis being done earlier in the meeting, so that concludes my report unless there are any questions. Okay.
Okay, Park Committee report?
There's nothing new to report at this time.
Okay, one thing that you should be looking at, with committee assignments here, your next, plan commission meeting, when is that coming up?
That is in May. And, I have called and left a message for, Rich, and we'll speak to the others.
Okay, all right, and then the other part of this is, you're currently, you have the East Troy Area Emergency Services District, you have the Park Committee, and you have the Plan Commission, so you should, think about that, because in May, we'll have to do a resolution, for committee appointments, and, there will be some changes there, I'm sure. So, okay, Booth Lake Memorial Park report, Kim?
At our last meeting, we discussed increasing fees for the park, going up to like $10 per person and a family. Previously, we charged $30 for a family of four, it would go up to $40 for a family of four, $50 for a family of five, etc. Every single dime that we make at Booth Lake goes back into the park, so, yeah.
And, we need to know also, for you and Lloyd McIndoe, if you're still, willing to continue,
Well, we have new board members that may have an interest in different committees,
Okay.
so I think they should be approached first
okay,
before it's passed on.
all right,
But Lloyd has actually moved from the town and now lives in the town of Troy.
Oh.
My hope is that the town of Troy appoints him again,
yeah.
because his restaurant experience has been invaluable.
Okay, so we'll likely need, 2 new people for Booth Lake. Okay,
I'm not saying no, but
No.
I'm saying we'll throw it out there.
okay, think about it, and I will, make some calls also.
You might
Okay.
have trouble by taking me off of it. That's your problem. I do a lot of work for that part.
Okay, Lake Bureau Management District report, right?
The management district last met, February 9th, so I have no news report. We're scheduled to meet May 4th.
Okay, and I'll ask you the same question, would you like to stay on another year as representative for the town? Okay, I'm gonna put one check mark here, other than, mine won't change, so, right there, that's a yes. Okay, thank you. Recycling committee report, John?
Recycling grant application for responsible units for 2021 will be completed this week. Clerk treasurer Kim Buchanan and myself.
Okay. Same question you, John, would you like to continue?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Hard habit to break. Okay, and then, we have a report, from Christine?
Oh, yes, the library board, will be meeting, tomorrow night, actually. And so the next reportable town meeting, you will get the, report from Christine.
And I'll give Christina a call, but I believe her term as president continues all this year.
Yes, I do believe it does, yes. So should I
I'll give him a call.
Okay, very good, thank you much.
All right, thank you. All right, planning commission report.
The planning commission met on Wednesday, April 7th, after hearing from RM Homes, the builder, and Kyle Coleman, the planner, who explained the new home for Tim and Margaret Kumbier at W1776 South Shore Drive. It needed a variance, for several reasons. They needed a variance to allow for a retaining wall to properly hold the sidewalk on the west side of the property and a terrace landscape on the east side of the property. They also asked for a variance for an 18-foot wide driveway. I believe the, regular size is, 12 feet. Mr. Coleman explained that the retaining walls and the terrace shoreline would need a variance because the property has a shoreline, on both sides of the home. It has an unusual, it's in a bay, so it has an unusual property configurance. They also asked for the extra wide driveway because of the narrowness on South Shore Drive. The Kumbiers, were seeking that driveway so that any guests to the home could park the vehicles in the drive and not on the roadway, so that the roadway would not be impeded. The planning commission voted unanimously to approve the variances, but the owner and applicants were told to expect difficulty at the county level. I asked the town board to approve the planning commission's vote in favor of the variances at W1776 South Shore Drive, PET 00001A, Tim and Margaret Kumbier, owners, and Kyle Coleman and RM Homes applicants.
Second motion.
All right, we have a motion and a second to recommend approval of that variance. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Okay, unfinished business, combined the logo and the mission and vision statement for the town, which will be an agenda item
Great.
at the annual meeting next Tuesday, which by when will be held at the DPW garage, so we can spread out more.
On the back table, I did put the mission and vision, statements as they were submitted. The previously submitted vision statement ideas were from Pete Kesselhan, Joe Clay, and myself. However, I think there really needs to be greater consideration given before we proceed. I think the town board needs to decide where it expects to use the mission and vision statements other than the next edition of the Smart Growth book. We also need to refine the vision statement more clearly. I believe it needs to be shorter and more focused on the future vision of the town. I also liked Ms. Reyes's supervisor-elect comment from last month that we opened the selection to a greater number of people, but this project definitely needs more review before it comes to any decision. Additionally, I know that when I spoke with Dragonfly Embroidery some time ago about the logo, the cost of the embroidery is partially dependent on the number of colors and the intricacy of the design. So we need to keep that in consideration when selecting anything if we choose to move forward. The town would also need to decide if there are any funds available for this and how much it would budget for any such, logo project. As I have taken all of this in, I had not taken all of this into account when I started this project, so I would like to ask the board to wait until the new board is seated before we proceed.
Okay, you think it's still a good idea though to get input at the end of the meeting, all right?
I think input might be helpful. Like I said, I ran off copies so that people could see what we have done so far. I know that there were about 3 new mission statements that came in based on it being on the website. I have included those on the packet that I ran off for tonight. But I really think after looking at it, the vision statement, and I'll get to you in just a second, John. The vision statement really isn't vision, it needs to look more to the future, and I think it needs to be less repetitive of what we've written in the mission statement and more focused on the future. John?
Where's mine? Mine's mysteriously missing. How did that happen?
I totally apologize. I thought I had everybody's, but I guess if I don't have yours, if you would forward it to me again,
It
I'm
was
really
actually,
sorry.
who was the attorneys that,
Brian Shirkenbach,
did you have his?
his is in there.
And Michelle's was in there?
I forwarded the emails I received to everybody.
Okay.
John's was
So-
bought at the last meeting and physically given to you all by John Stokes.
Okay,
I gave it to him, I also read it to the
We'll
group.
get it in there.
I apologize. I didn't realize, I was going off of what was emailed, and I'm really sorry. I did not mean to, slight you guys by
Yeah,
overlooking
We
that.
wanna have as many choices, so to speak, you know, because this is not, we never had one before, we're doing one. We're gonna find out, what is the best one and then where to put it. But, I mean, this is kind of a new adventure, totally, but, yeah, I remember, John.
I read it and I gave you guys
read it,
copies.
you gave it, 'cause you weren't here last week, yeah, you did read it, so. You'll get that one in there too. Is there any other ones that we should make sure we didn't miss here, is there any other ones? I guess I'll have to review.
I have Craig, what's?
I think if we already know what's gonna be on the AM meeting agenda, give a brief statement about what you're hoping to accomplish by this, and encourage more input, because you're gonna see more people next week than you ever do here on a monthly basis.
In terms of what I want to accomplish,
Well, explain what it is, why this is on the monthly town board agenda for the third or fourth month. Say that you've gotten input, explain what it is that you wanna receive from people, and, extend the deadline.
there has been no deadline, and,
Well, earlier I thought it said to be voted on at the annual meeting.
well, I think that was,
We were thinking of that, but, when it really comes down to it, are we there close enough? Actually, I got a whole stack here, let me see my whole folder.
as for the town logos, I have the 5 original that were submitted last year before COVID hit, so it's been about a year. And then, the graphics art department under Lori Pools had forwarded 16 more. And I'm sorry, but there was no color ink cartridge in Town Hall, and I ran mine dry.
Yeah, here's John. Frank Shirkenbach for this.
Is that Jacoby's?
Jenny,
I'm
Blues.
really sorry, John and
Yeah, it was in.
Michelle.
I'll give you my folder on that. Okay, so we'll continue with that and hopefully come up with something that we can use. All right, new business, authorize Attorney Mills to draft budget amendment resolution for fire truck chassis down payment.
126, 10-year, 3% with
No,
board.
this is the budget amendment, this isn't the
Oh, okay.
borrowing.
You have to
Budget
create a,
amendment is different, you can call me, but we're increasing the amount of the loan and putting it into fire capital expenditures.
it's a resolution.
Right.
Motion to authorize Attorney Mills to draft budget amendment resolution for fire truck chassis down payment. Do you have a second?
Second.
Discussion, questions, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
I,
Aye, motion carries. B.
This is the 825. 3%, 10 years, Board of Commissioners of Public Lands.
Okay.
And it'll start to take a for that. Sometime.
I authorize Attorney Mills to draft the following resolution for the 2021 road work and fire truck chassis. $825,000 for 10 years at 3% from, Commissioner of Public Lands.
Second.
All right, we have a motion to second, to authorize Attorney Mills to do that resolution. Any further questions, discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. And the appointments, is there anybody from, the audience? I know we have a recount coming up here tomorrow.
No, Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yep.
Wednesday, but if there's any, town committees, from what you heard tonight, if it's gonna be available, either tell us now, or send me an email, or give me a phone call. What this comes down to will be, in May, a resolution that the board has to approve for all of the appointments. And some of them are, most of them are carryover, we'll be striking Clay from one, and that's the, Smart Grove representative, I'll leave that one. Continue.
Joe, can you
I
repeat
think
that?
after next Tuesday, just give a copy of last year's resolution to the new board members,
Okay.
so they can go through and see what committees need appointments.
Can you repeat the part about the recount, cause that was hard to hear you.
Oh, I think, go ahead.
The recount's Wednesday at 9 o'clock, you already know that.
Right, I know that.
He didn't know that, but
Oh.
you knew that.
I thought it was-
And it's open to the public, so anybody that wants to come is welcome to come, right?
Absolutely.
Alright, thank you.
Okay, anything on the terms report?
Nope.
License and special events?
Nope.
Special and pending meetings?
Okay, the recount is Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock. The annual meeting is next Tuesday, the 20th at 6:30. I will be on vacation from the April 21st to the 28th. In May, planning commission is the 5th and the 19th. The May town board meeting is May 10th. That's, wait a minute, we scheduled a tri-turn meeting, but where is it?
I did not. write one down.
I don't have it down here.
I think we were planning on, probably June, because there was gonna be, some more
Oh,
action.
speaking of June, open book is June 2nd, which you do not have to attend. However, June 17th from 6 to 8 is the board review, and all town board members have to do the training. Everybody has to be certified. It's a 2-hour training. I will order the materials. There's a packet and a CD or something that you can do it.
So
You
it's
know,
not
everybody
gonna,
can take a turn, pass it around, get it done.
this won't be at the Whitewater meeting, this will be online.
This is online. You can do it online. I don't know what you're talking about.
You said it's due by 6:17?
You said
You have to complete it by
it was a
6:17?
CD. And I did.
Everyone has to be certified by 6/17.
Yeah,
That's the deadline, but it'll be
yeah,
available.
that's when the board of review is.
That's what
And that's an in-person 2-hour session here at the town hall. The open book is when individual property owners meet with the assessor and discuss their assessment, bring any concerns, you know, like my neighbor has the exact same house and they have 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, I have 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, but you say my house is worth $100,000 more. And that's the opportunity to work that stuff out. So, I think that's it.
Did you say what time on 6:17?
I'm sorry?
Did you say what time on June 17th?
That's at 6 to 8.
Gonna meet 2 hours in person here.
Yeah, that's statute, my statute.
Okay, Barbara, is there a plan commission meeting 21st this month?
No,
No.
that was canceled.
Because we voted unanimously to approve Mr. Clembeer's stuff.
Kim, when are you doing your meeting with the newly elected board?
Before the recount happened, I wanted to do it this week. But after the recount, I will talk to the people after the results are certified and then find out availability and either try to do it before I leave or after I get back. But definitely before the May 10th board meeting.
Well, let me know
Okay.
if you think I could be helpful in
Okay,
whatever you're
okay.
proposing.
Right.
Then it would be all town board members, not just the new people. So everybody's on the same page.
Alright, and like, we said before, the annual meeting next Tuesday is gonna be held in the DPW garage. Alright, you have nothing else for meetings? Good. Okay, we're gonna adjourn, and review bills for payment. You can let us do that if you want, or you can go home, but, we have motion to adjourn.
I move.
Second.
Motion second to adjourn, all in favor, aye.
Sure. 2 hours.